In order to print your image, first you're going to need 3 pieces of paper with your name, your room number, and your table color on them. And then everything else should be removed from your table. The pencil box, everything. Your table is going to be covered in paper that's taped down. And then the folders people will pass out your artwork. Your artwork should, all of your lines traced in yarn and Mod Podged over so it's nice and shiny and stiff. And then Miss Bullen is going to bring each table color, a tray with ink on it, and this roller called a brayer. Okay, so that means red table gets a tray with ink on it and a brayer, orange table gets one, yellow table gets one, green table gets one, etc. So you only have to share with your color table. Okay, so you're each gonna get to print your picture 3 times. You got your 3 pieces of paper. The first person to go, they're gonna get the ink, they're gonna roll the brayer through, and they're gonna roll the brayer back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you gotta lift it up in between. So I'm going back and forth, lift, back and forth, lift, back and forth, lift, back and forth, lift, to spread all of that ink out. They're then going to roll right on top of their picture. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm going back and forth, lift, back and forth, lift. And I'm just trying to get the yarn covered. If it looks like I'm starting to run out of ink, I'll go back to the tray, roll back and forth, lift, roll back and forth, lift. I'll go back over the yarn, right? It's gonna get some of that other paper too, but that's okay. I'm rolling back and forth, lift, roll back and forth, lift, roll, 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 lift, roll, 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 lift. And I'm turning it around so that I get different parts of the brayer to ink. Okay, once all of my yarn has been covered in ink, I'm going to put the brayer on the tray, pass it to the next person, and I'm going to get my first paper, and I want to be able to see my name on the back, right? So the blank side is face down. I can see my name on the back. I'm going to match it up with my picture, and then I'm going to hold it down with one hand, and I'm going to rub with the other. And your hands are going to get real messy because you got to go rub all the way to the edge. You got to rub really, really hard. So hard that you can feel the yarn through the paper. You can see that ink is rubbing on my hands. You can kind of see the indentations of my yarn through the paper. That's how hard you want to press. Once you feel like you've rubbed every single spot, you got to the edges and everything, you're going to pull your paper up, and you should see your picture on the paper. Your first one might come out kind of light, like Miss Boland's did. So you're going to take your first one, you're going to go put it on the drying rack. You're going to wait for your turn for the ink again, and then same thing, right? Roll, lift, roll, lift, roll, lift, and then roll your ink on. So right now I can hear that there's ink on the thing still, the tray still, so I don't need to ask Miss Bullen for more ink. But with the number of people using this, you're probably going to have to ask Miss Bullen to add some more ink on there and roll it back out like you did at the beginning. Once your whole table is done, all 3 pieces, right? All of the red table is done, all 3 pieces, then you as a table need to start cleaning up, okay? No one's coming to collect anything. The collectors don't have a job today. You as a table need to start to clean up. So you as a table, someone needs to take the tray and the brayer and take it to the sink. Someone needs to take everyone's yarn papers and put them on the drying rack. And then as a table, you're gonna need to peel this paper off and put it in the trash. Remember, the paper is taped down, so you're gonna have to peel the tape off and roll it up and put it in the trash. Okay? If your hands are probably a big mess, you might need to rinse them in the sink, but you guys are gonna have to wait until you get back to your room for soap to really get most of that off.